in the office of the SGF, serving as Pioneer Secretary. The federal government has renewed its call for foreign investment in the housing sector, unveiling plans to develop a social housing program that will cover all 774 local government areas in the country. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Engineer Mukhtar Rabi Dama, discussed this during a meeting with Japanese construction firm Chodai Company Limited in Abuja. The engagement, facilitated by the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission, focused on possible partnerships to address Nigeria's housing deficit and expand infrastructure development. Diamond said government alone could not meet the country's housing needs, stressing the importance of collaboration with credible local and international investors. The minister described the proposed social housing program as one of the key initiatives under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda that is aimed at providing affordable homes for Nigerians. According to him, the program will target low and middle income earners who have been excluded from the housing market due to rising costs. He added that special provisions will be made for vulnerable groups, including women, children, and persons displaced by natural disasters, banditry, and insurgency. The minister also disclosed that the ministry was working with relevant agencies to strengthen flood control measures ahead of the rainy season. Meanwhile, the federal government has pledged to publish a detailed account of how savings from the removal of fuel and foreign exchange subsidies have been utilized amid growing public concerns over the impact of the reforms and persistent questions about where the funds have been spent. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Oyedele, made the pledge at the ongoing 7th Africa Emerging Markets Forum in Abuja after responding to concerns raised by World Bank Group's Chief Economist and Senior Vice President for Development Economics, Ndamit Gill, who said many Nigerians remained unconvinced that the gains from the reform had translated into better living conditions. Gill noted that while the government had increased revenues, reduced subsidies, and narrowed the fiscal deficit, it's not clear to people whether savings and the additional resources have been spent, urging the minister to explain how the reforms had improved the lives of Nigerians. He also said the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, had done a superb job reducing inflation from above 30% to below 15%, but stressed that further progress would require stronger fiscal support from the government. Responding, Oyedele acknowledged that questions over subsidy savings were justified and assured Nigerians that a detailed breakdown will be released within days. According to him, the combined impact of removing fuel subsidies and what he described as the subsidy on foreign exchange amounted to about 5% of gross domestic product. Stakeholders at the public hearing on the proposed Ogun State Safe Termination of Pregnancy Law 2026 have commended the State House of Assembly for initiating the bill, describing it as a well-conceived legislation aimed at reducing maternal mortality, protecting healthcare professionals, and providing a clear legal framework for safe pregnancy management in the state. Speaker Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, while declaring the forum open, noted that the bill will ensure the provision of a legal framework that will not only safeguard the livelihoods of genuine medical practitioners, but also deter criminal elements who exploited the absence of rules and regulations to perpetrate evils in the society. Correspondent Kola Oliosho was there. Details of his report are presented in this package.
Representatives of the Ministry of Health, Medical and Nursing Association, religious bodies, women groups, civil society organizations, legal practitioners, and other citizens converged on ground floor of the Ogun State House of Assembly to have their input in a legislative process aimed at ensuring the survival dignity and well-being of women and families in the state. The bill is titled the Ogun State Safe Termination of Pregnancy Law 2026, and this legislative process aimed at ensuring the survival, dignity and well-being of women and families in Ogun State. Declaring the forum open, Speaker Right Honorable Ludaisi Elemide disclosed that the bill is aimed at providing a legal and institutional framework for the safe termination of pregnancy under defined circumstances, noting that in the nation there is rapid increase in the arbitrary termination of pregnancy, unregulated abortions and untimely death of adolescents between the ages of 10 and 19.
I want to assure you that every solution is there will be meticulously considered towards ensuring that the final draft of the bill takes care of the interest of people, with your full cooperation and constructive contribution.
According to him, the legislation seeks to entrench safe motherhood, reduce maternal morbidity and mortality, and establish the conditions for the safe termination of pregnancy. The stakeholders at the forum advocated the need to address legal ambiguity surrounding safe termination of pregnancy, noting that such ambiguity in the legal provisions often resulted in dangerous delays in patients' care, calling for adequate indemnity for qualified medical practitioners to prevent unjust penalties. They also sought the need to put machineries in place to prevent the victims of rape and incest from patronizing quacks by ensuring that only the licensed professionals provide such medical services.
This proposed bill on safe termination of pregnancy touches directly on the health, safety and dignity of our women and girls.
Government should therefore continue to strengthen maternal health services, family life education, moral and value education, parental guidance, protection of children, and against sexual abuse and exploitation.
In her remarks, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Tomi Koka, said the proposed legislation would establish a framework around safeguarding the lives and health of women, while also safeguarding health practitioners offering the services.
What this bill will do for us is set a framework around safeguarding the lives and health of our women, and also safeguarding our professionals that actually carry out the service, and lastly, hopefully, reduce the maternal mortality.
Earlier in his remarks, the chairman, House Committee on Health, Honorable Wahab Aruna, explained that the bill was conceived because too many mothers, sisters and daughters lose their lives or suffer serious harm from complications arising from pregnancy and childbirth, many of which are preventable. He urged stakeholders to make meaningful contributions to the bill, assuring that their inputs would be given necessary legislative consideration in the process leading to the passage of the bill.
Dr. Larry Oyegbola-led administration in Abeokuta North local government has inaugurated several people-centered projects across different areas and wards in the local government. The projects inaugurated by the Ogun State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Ganiu Hamzat, ranged from boreholes, toilet facilities, construction and renovation of blocks of classrooms with 220 desks and benches. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Another time for Dr. Larry Oyegbola Shodipo to showcase how the resources of the local government is being deployed to serve the interests of the people, as Ogun State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Ganiu Hamzat, is received in the council area to inaugurate the projects.
This has been made possible because of the support of His Excellency. We will continue to do more, especially in the areas of education, until every community in this local government feels the possibility part of government.
The commissioner then inaugurated the renovated conference room in the office of the council chairman, legislative chamber, political functionaries office, and a bus before being represented by the permanent secretary of his ministry for the inauguration of a block of 6 classrooms with desks and benches in Adidotun, toilet and solar-powered borehole at Holy Trinity Primary School, Sabo. The theme of project inauguration proceeded to Olorunda and Imala for the commissioning of a borehole and block of classrooms with desks and benches at Community Primary School, Okeodo, Imala, where the chairman of APC in Abeokuta North Local Government, who was part of the team, and the community praised Dr. Oyebola Sodipo's administration for the impactful projects.
I feel good. I'm so happy that Dr. Lanre Oyebola is trying in Abeokuta North Local Government. Stand behind him so that he can do more good things for us in Abeokuta North Local Government.
Also inaugurated were the solar-powered borehole at Peace Estate, Rwanda, solar-powered borehole at Okpara, and a block of classrooms with desks and benches at Abeokuta North Local Government Primary School, Housing Estate, Olomore.
The community has been in need of this project for several years.
The chairman of the local government, represented by his vice, Tayelolu Egbemi, and leader of the house, encouraged the people to make good use of the projects.
Boreholes, street lights, solar street lights, classroom renovation, and so many other things. It's one of the another step to show that we are trying to get across to the rural police.
We have moved around to see all the laudable projects he has done to show that the person that loves his people, that loves his local government.
The event was rounded off with the commissioning of a block of classrooms with desks and benches at Owu Baptist Day School, Ita Iyalode in Abeokuta. Matthew Showmi, OGTV News.
Six partnership with Saudi on Halmanjiri school reforms. Do join us for details of this and more after the break.
Excuse me, ma'am. This is your 100% in my year.
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair? Since your landlord just increased rent, I saved for this one separately on money points.
You say you save on money points?
Yes.
This money points here, the array of his charges savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is this savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact, son.
Jennifer, money points save as you transact. Money points fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Why did I tell you to contribute to it? Why should I? Come on, you go give your money to Adaku to save. You see money points accounts there. You don't go open a savings account. Now Adaku you shoot. I beg everybody inside this my salon. Oh, you bring out your phone and download the money points app now. It's for you. What are you waiting for?
Download the money point banking app now and start saving with the bank you can trust.
Money point made for your progress.
Glad to have you back, and in case you're just joining us, you're watching the major news broadcast for the day on OGTV, Abeokuta. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to partner with Nigeria in addressing the growing challenge of Halmanjiri and out-of-school children, saying providing them with formal education is critical to securing the country's future. She said such collaboration should focus on integrating Islamic teachings with Western education to ensure that Al-Manjiri children receive quality formal education without losing their religious foundation. Mrs. Tinubu made the appeal while receiving the ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Nigeria, Ambassador Yusuf Mohammed Al-Balawi, at the State House, Abuja. The First Lady, who said our office is committed to improving the welfare of women and vulnerable children, stressed that the Al-Manjiri system requires urgent reforms through strategic partnerships capable of combining Arabic education with formal schooling. Senator Tinubu also commended the long-standing bilateral relations between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia and expressed appreciation to the Saudi envoy for the visit, expressing optimism that closer collaboration will benefit both countries. Responding, Ambassador Al-Balawi said He had spent 5 months in Nigeria and had been impressed by the warm reception accorded him by the government and its officials. Dangote Granite Mines says it remains committed to promoting access to quality education and rewarding academic excellence through scholarship awards to outstanding students from its host communities in Ijebu-Igbo, Ogun State. The company explained that the initiative is part of its corporate social responsibility program, which is aimed at easing the financial burden on parents while empowering young people to achieve their educational aspirations. Our reporter, Olaide Oloye Shuluade, completes the report.
Dangote Granite Mines presents scholarship awards to outstanding students from 5 host communities in Ijebu-Igbo, Ogun State, reaffirming its commitment to community development through education. The scholarship scheme supports the 7 students in secondary school and tertiary institutions, helping indigent but academically outstanding learners pursue their education without financial constraints. Speaking at the presentation ceremony, representative of Dangote Granite Mines said the initiative reflects the company's commitment to human capital development by investing in the education of future leaders.
It's something we do every academic year. For today, 40 tertiary students benefited and 20 secondary school students benefited. And we are happy with the feedback we are receiving from the students. They are all doing well. Some of them that benefited from the scholarship, they are now gainfully employed.
Community leaders and parents commend the company for the gesture, describing it as a meaningful investment in the future of the host communities. They also urge the beneficiaries to remain focused on their studies and make good use of the opportunity.
Since almost 10 years ago, we have started this one. For once, it did not disappoint us. All our children, they giving us the scholarship, the boreholes, hospitals, and public primary schools. It has done that to us.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation to Dangote Granite Mines, noting that the scholarship will motivate them to excel academically and pursue their career aspirations.
So I want to say a big thank you to Dangote for sponsoring us. It has actually been a lot of help to us. It has benefited us doing this school.
Like the project we are having in school, so it's 80,000, so it has paid all of it like that. So it will help me, my parents, the burden, take it off their head.
This scholarship scheme is one of several corporate social responsibility initiatives of Dangote Granite Mines, underscoring the company's commitment to improving the welfare of its host communities through sustainable investment in education and youth development. Olaide Oloye Sholuade, OGTV News.
Over 120 female university students have been equipped with digital and artificial intelligence AI skills following the successful completion of a 2-day Sese in Tech program organized by Adiola Aziz Community Care in Ijebu-Ode State. The initiative, which focused on digital literacy, artificial intelligence, mentorship, networking, and hands-on learning, brought together female students from higher institutions to prepare them for opportunities in Nigeria's evolving digital economy. Details are in this package.
Speaking at the opening of the program, the founder of Adiola Aziz Community Care and initiator of Sese in Tech, Adiola Aziz, said the initiative was designed to bridge the digital skills gap among female undergraduates, particularly those in their penultimate and final years. She explained that although the program was initially planned for 50 participants from selected tertiary institutions, it was expanded to over 120 beneficiaries following additional funding. According to her, the initiative was inspired by the growing number of graduates who struggle to secure employment due to inadequate digital and technology skills.
It is just to tell them that, look, you are in a trap. You go to universities, don't know technology, there's no future. It is as simple as that. So anybody who comes to me, I tell them, hey, what is your technology experience?
Adiola Aziz emphasized that technology and artificial intelligence have become essential tools across professions and urged participants to embrace continuous learning to remain relevant.
I cannot physically train them to be professional AI users or whatever, but I would instigate, inspire, cause them to be angry, to take their own lives into their own hands.
Delivering the keynote address, Microsoft's Chief Growth and AI Officer for the Middle East and Africa Growth Market, Ola Williams, encouraged the participants to embrace artificial intelligence as a catalyst for innovation, entrepreneurship, and career development.
AI breathes on data, and the more diverse data is, the better it is for all of us. So women need to know the importance of AI in the different fields that they operate and be able to contribute to it.
Also speaking, a member of the CC Inter team, Lolade Murakio, said the program was designed to expose young women to the vast opportunities available in artificial intelligence beyond popular platforms such as ChatGPT and Gemini.
So it is very important that we dismantle all of these myths. AI will not replace anybody, right? But AI will replace you if you don't learn what AI is, if you don't integrate technology into what you're doing.
Facilitators assured participants of continuous support through a dedicated learning community that will provide mentorship, networking opportunities, and digital skills development after the training. As part of the closing activities, participants worked in teams to develop practical projects showcasing the knowledge acquired during the training. The teams presented innovative solutions before a panel of judges, with the best performing groups receiving cash prizes. Participants commended the organizers for the initiative, describing it as life-changing and pledging to apply the knowledge gained to create opportunities for themselves and contribute meaningfully to society.
I'm actually learning data analysis. At some point, I gave up. So when I now got here, the way they are talking about it, it gives me more morale to go back to what I'm learning.
Coming to this program has built my mentality and given me such a boldness that I can even do more in tech.
Responding to questions on whether the initiative will be extended to male participants, Adiola Aziz disclosed that plans were underway to launch a Boys in Tech program through strategic partnership.
91 school leaders alongside 408 cohorts have been released into the society at the 8th graduation ceremony of Teach for Nigeria, with a charge on them to be proud of not just their achievements, but who they have become. The graduation ceremony held in Lagos featured induction of the graduates into the alumni body and presentation of certificates to them. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Another set of cohorts and school leaders being formally inducted and joining the alumni body of Teach for Nigeria during their graduation ceremony. Chief Executive Officer of Teach for Nigeria, Molade Adeniyi, describes the graduation ceremony as another momentous occasion for an organization determined to shape the future of education and giving hope to the hopeless.
We have been partnering with both Lagos State and Ogun State. Over the last 10 years, we have placed almost 3,000 fellows in classrooms, reaching approximately 450,000 children.
The board chairman, Kunle Lebute, delivered his congratulatory message virtually, while co-founder of Teach for Nigeria, Ayodele Alajiga, declared that the graduating class has proved that champions do not wait for conditions but create them through deliberate efforts, encouraging them to take classrooms along with them wherever they go. Never allow anyone downplay their labor and hard work, even as they remain connected with the alumni body.
Dialogue by serious people for long enough does not add up, it multiplies. It travels further than any one of us could ever have carried it alone.
Leading the delivery of stakeholders' message, Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology in Ogun State, represented by the Special Advisor to the State Governor on Education, Dr. Lukman Kiadeshi, says the program aligns with the policy of the state government to give every child the opportunity to realize their potentials through education.
His vision is one in which education serves not merely as a pathway to employment, but as the foundation for innovation, responsible citizenship, national development, and lasting prosperity.
The valedictorian and other graduates promise to make the most of the opportunity.
We're well trained, and it stretches us to go beyond our capacity.
So the fact that the state partnered with Teach for Nigeria has really opened a lot of doorways. And being the desk officer at the Teaching Service Commission, I was curious and I said, okay, I want to know more.
This program taught me not only to teach, but how to lead, how to serve, and how to make impact.
Awards were presented to the outstanding Be the Change projects of the state. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
Veteran broadcaster Busayo Olaifa has raised alarm over the decline of professionalism in the media industry and called on stakeholders to do more so as to improve broadcast quality. Olaifa stated this while featuring on OGTV's Hot Seat program.
Broadcasting has improved technically because we now have information and communication technology. But professionally, in terms of people on air, yes, people who present programs, they mispronounce. Many of them are horrible. And after monitoring the station, if I listen to a newsreader or a presenter making use of English language to present programs or produce programs, within 3 or 4 minutes, I switch off. Because it is not their fault. It is the fault of the ownership. How the station, either TV or radio, was established.
The interview will be aired on Friday at 7 in the evening on OGTV. A sum of 75,000 naira each has been distributed to 3,000 market men and women across Ogun Central under the 5th edition of the endowment program of Senator Solomon Olamileko Adiola. The cash grant is aimed at boosting their businesses and providing relief amid the current economic challenges facing the country. Addressing the beneficiaries at the Ake Palace ground in Abeokuta, Senator Solomon Olamileko Adiola emphasized that the grant is not a loan and that beneficiaries are not expected to repay or pay interest to any individual or organization. Bumi Hadigun was there and now reports.
Market men and women drawn from the 6 local government areas in Ogun Central converged on the venue as 3,000 of them emerged beneficiaries of the endowment grant made available by the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State, Senator Solomon Olamileko Adiola, popularly known as Yai.
So far, it will have been over 50,000. And as you can see, this is the 5th edition of this program. And it's not that we are doing it for whatever reason, but it has been a tradition supporting our market men and women with an intervention fund, which we call Market Support Fund. And this is to assist them in their socio-economic development of their businesses, which over the years we have done consecutively for a period of 5 times.
The grant, which is the 5th in the series, provides 75,000 naira to each beneficiary. Senator Solomon Olamileko Adiola emphasized that the intervention is a grant and not a loan, urging the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the funds to expand their businesses.
So let me assure you that, as I've said, this is going to form part of my policy program by the time I assume office as the governor of the state, to continue to support our market men and women so that their business continue to grow and grow. And I want to say this, that they face a lot of challenges which is known to us, especially from the loan sharks, that is those who give out loan with high interest rate. This is not a loan, this is a grant to support their businesses.
Market men, market women, stakeholders and other participants at the endowment program commended the initiative, describing it as timely and impactful. They pledged their continued support for Senator Adiola and appreciated his commitment to improving the welfare of traders.
Àdúrà mi dẹ̀ ní pé owó náà á kún ọjà yín, ọjà yín á bèrè sí i, àyẹ̀lẹ́kùn lọ́mọ máa ṣe nínú gbogbo ọrọ̀ ajé yín.
I want to assure you, the one that is coming from Ogun West, is going to be a difference. It's going to be a grassroots government. It's going to be a government that will take care of the downtrodden.
The pavilion at Arcade Palace also witnessed the convergence of over 10,000 youths and students who turned out in solidarity with the APC governorship candidate. They reaffirmed their loyalty and declared their readiness to remain with what they described as the winning team ahead of the 2027 governorship elections.
And it's just to congratulate everyone that Omoyi Oteleri Odemuleri Yeshe.
Beneficiaries from Ifo, Odeda, Ewekoro, Abeokuta North, and Abeokuta South, Obafemi Wode local government areas expressed optimism that the Oloja Yayi Endowment Fund, if sustained and implemented periodically, would go a long way in supporting small businesses, improving livelihoods, and strengthening the local economy. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
The All Progressives Congress APC in Odeda local government area of Ogun State was inaugurated the door-to-door team Yayi, a grassroots mobilization initiative aimed at canvassing support for the party's candidates ahead of the January 2027 general elections. The inauguration brought together party leaders, coordinators, and canvassers from the 10 wards of the local government, with members being charged to move from house to house, street to street, community to community to mobilize residents. Margaret Ukulola reports.
The door-to-door team Yayi is a grassroots political mobilization organization dedicated to building voter support for Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola in his anticipated 2027 governorship ambition, alongside all APC candidates in the 2027 general elections. This is the inauguration of canvassers and briefing on the task ahead for the organization in Odeda local government.
We have done extremely well today. We have mobilized people out and we have charged them on what to do. We will support them in every way, morally, financially, and we will go all out to also canvass together. We have 100% assurance in all our candidates. All our candidates are tested and trusted.
With the coordination of house-to-house and street-to-street voter education, party growth and grassroots community engagement, stakeholders, party leaders and faithfuls of the All Progressives Congress assured that the initiative is a strategic support structure for the APC candidates across the board.
When you have a winning team, where do you want to change that winning team? So all our candidates, are you getting me, from gubernatorial, Also, the distinguished senator, the House of Rep member, the House of Assembly, you can see that if we have them, by the time they come together with their word of experience, definitely our people will gain much from such, candidates.
Coordinator of the door-to-door team Yayi in Odeda local government, Uluwayomi Adeniro, maintained that the party remained united in its resolve to secure victory at the polls.
We have like 115,000 canvassers in Odeda. So by the time all these people work together, and addition with the party, we will achieve it.
Stakeholders, party leaders, faithfuls, and stalwarts assured that the campaign structure will continue its mobilization across all communities in Odeda local government as members intensify voter sensitization, PVC collection drives, and grassroots engagement ahead of the 2027 general elections. Margaret Okunola, OGTV News.
Let's switch over to our business studios where Okwemi Adeomi is standing by to give us some business reports.
Welcome to Business News. Nigerians' consumers' credits declined for the first time in 6 years, falling by 19.89% to 3.78 trillion naira in 2025 from 4.72 trillion naira a year earlier, as elevated interest rates dampened household borrowings, according to the Central Bank of Nigeria. The decline disclosed in the CBN's 2025 annual report and statement of accounts ended a growth streak that has persisted since December 2019. The Apex Bank linked the contraction to the prevailing interest rate environment, which reshaped borrowing patterns across the banking industry. A breakdown of the figures showed that the overall decline was largely driven by a reduction in personal loans despite a strong expansion in retail lending during the year. The shift also changed the structure of consumers' lending, with retail credits overtaking personal loans to account for the largest share of outstanding consumers' credits. The report stated that retail loans climbed 3.77% to 1.94 trillion naira in 2025, representing 51.16% of total consumers' credit. Personal loans, on the other hand, fell to 1.85 trillion naira, accounting for the remaining 48.84% of the portfolio. Investors poured a massive 3.38 trillion naira into the 364-day Nigerian Treasury bill at the Central Bank of Nigeria's primary market auction in July 2026, nearly 7 times the 500 billion naira an offer. However, the Apex Bank alerted a total of about 1.25 trillion naira across all the three tenors, according to the auction results. The auction results show the persistent and overwhelming institutional preference for the one-year instrument, even as the stop rate on the tenor declined significantly by 31 basis points. The CBN offered a combined 700 billion naira, 100 billion naira each for the 91 days and 182-day bills, and 500 billion naira for the 364-day bill and the third and final Treasury bill auction for July 2026. Total subscription reached approximately 3.62 trillion naira, driven almost entirely by demand at the long end. The Nigerian stock market reversed its gains as renewed profit-taking across major countries triggered a broad-based sell-off, wiping out approximately 648 billion naira from investors' wealth. Widespread profit-taking outweighed targeted buying interest in selected counters, leaving markets bread firmly in the red as declining equities almost doubled those that recorded price appreciation. At the close of trading, the Nigerian Exchange All-Share Index dropped at 0.41%, falling from an opening level of 247,984.55 basis points to settle at 246,980.17 basis points. In tandem with the benchmark index, total market capitalization contracted from 159 trillion naira at the start of this session to close at 159.344 trillion naira. Market Bread closed negative as 45 equities recorded price decline against 23 gainers, underscoring the dominant profit-taking mood among investors. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria said imports from Nigeria into the Chinese market rose by 81% in the first half of 2026, attributing the increase to expanding bilateral trade and China's zero-tariff policy for Nigerian products. The embassy stated that according to Chinese statistics, China's imports from Nigeria totaled $2.25 billion between January and June 2026 compared with the corresponding period last year. It also disclosed that China's import from Nigerians reached $360 million in May, representing a 44% year-on-year increase, and rose further to $440 million in June, up 42%. The position was contained in a statement issued and signed by the spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Nigeria. The embassy said its verification of the figures following an analysis of data published by the National Bureau of Statistics showed that the discrepancy with the Chinese record was due to differences in statistical methodology. Maintaining the Chinese investment in Nigeria is likely in the form of long-term direct investment focused on the real economy. And finally, global oil prices climbed above $90 per barrel as renewed military tensions in the Middle East heightened concerns over crude supplies, extending a sharp rally after 3 consecutive sessions of decline. According to oilprice.com, Brent crude rose to $90.39 per barrel, reflecting mounting fears over supply disruptions as the conflict involving the United States, Iran, and its regional allies intensify. The rally followed fresh military developments involving the United States, Saudi Arabia, and Iran, alongside a decline in U.S. crude inventories, which further supported prices. And Dow's Business News is back to Adewale for the rest of the bulletin. Just stay with us.